You're looking at, what's promised to us is the kingdom. Yes.
Priest, do you have another large print?
Well, what?
Large print Bible here? Okay.
Right. we just have those Bibles that's over there.
Yes. I'll show you. Well, here, you take this one. I know you still can't really see that one. Yeah.
Always, we're going to start off with Colossians 3 and 17. Give all praise and glory to the Heavenly Father, the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, forever and ever and ever. Colossians 3:17.
Colossians chapter 3, verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the Most High by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua.
Right, so everything that we do and say is going to be in the name of the anointed Savior, Mashiach Yahushua. We give thanks to the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Everything. He worthy to be praised for everything. We can't do nothing except for by him. He allow us to do what we do, and things that's going on in the world, most people don't know him, to know that he's the one that's creating everything and doing, directing the steps of men, where men think they directing their own steps. So most I got his hand. It's a day of evil right now. It's a time of evil. That's why like we were talking about earlier about all the things that's going on, because the devil's working in man. He's working in man. And that's like we came up with a new name for our people. We the Hebrew Israelites, but we really Gentilites.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're supposed to be Israelites, but we Gentilites, because we deal with individualism, individual life. And most people thinking about themselves. The world got you so caught up in yourself, you can't really focus on someone else and help them know what you know. And the little that you do know, they should be knowing. Like you said, you share with the brother, you ready to go in there and rob somebody. Say, man, you're Israelite. That's your brother. You're ready to go in there and rob. You know what I mean? Just how disrespectful it is in our world as Israelites that we just go against each other. We just program, that's a program. We're not brainwashed. Get out of your mind. If you wash something, clean it up. We brain polluted, brain dirty. Our brain been dirty. Been filthy with nasty. By the lies that we taught. We think one way, but we got to think opposite of that way. Generally, you would be pretty much cleaned up. But get Jeremiah 17 and 9. Because that's a lot of what's working with people, man. They just operate in the wrong spirit and not knowing how to operate through the spirit of the Most High, because most people don't know the spirit of the Most High. They just operate on their own, how they feel. That's why I'm going here reading this.
Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things.
But the world say follow your heart. The world say follow your heart. The heart is what?
Deceitful above all things.
And what?
And desperately wicked.
See? When I tell you, you got to think pretty much opposite of the way the world tells you. There's a reason why. It says the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. That's the mind. The heart really is the mind. The heart just pumps blood. So your heart is not wicked. Your heart was wicked, then it couldn't sustain your life. You see what I'm saying? So it's about your mind, your thinking. Your thinking is wicked. You see what I'm saying? The way a man thinks is wicked. So that's what we have to come to grips with, the fact that this world is set up in wickedness. You see, a man thinks that, he can operate, get Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 3 and 24. And this is the problem. A lot of people are following way they think. Like people have created their own, but they call him God. We say the Most High. They created their own power. They have formed their own power to say he's working for me, but not really according to what's written. Most people don't know. They don't know. Say, well, show me in the Bible your power. Well, I know he's in there. He's in there somewhere. I know I can show you John 3:16. They might know, everybody know that scripture, you know what I mean? But where they gonna go to show you who they really believe in?
Right.
Read that.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, verse 24. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion.
Say what?
For many are deceived by their own vain opinion.
See, many are deceived. Many are deceived by their own worthless opinion, how they think. That's why I say the heart is deceitful above all things. And desperately wicked. That's why I say many are deceived by their own worthless opinion, read.
And an evil suspicion hath overthrown their judgment.
Yeah, evil comes in. Who comes in? Satan come in. The devil come in and overthrow their judgment. So they think you're wrong. You're not thinking the proper way that you should think according to thus say the Most High. So we got this a book of life. It's basic instruction before leaving the earth. So we learn everything that we need to know. It's all here. Ain't nothing new under the sun. So everything is here. It's just a matter of the situation. How does it relate to what we're dealing with now? You know what I mean? But if you don't know, then how you going to relate in your own mind about what's going on in this world compared to what was happening before? You see what I'm saying? And the solutions that work for us before is going to work for us now. Because it happened every time we cried to the Most High in our affliction. You know, say you're going to seek me early. So how much affliction do we have to see, even though it hasn't come to us personally, but we see our people going through all these afflictions that know have to cry to the Most High so he can hear us. For those that he's going to save, you know, from the enemy and from the hand of all that hate them. That's what's going on. That's what's really happening. That's salvation. So for us to get the kingdom, he got to take down our enemies. That we were sold to. Regardless of how anybody look at it, every nation didn't come into power by voting. By throwing out some rose petals and say, now we're going to take over. Right? Come on, man, let's keep it real.
Right.
It's just they think we're not the ones going to actually do it. Initially. It's going to be the Most High, Mashiach, the angels. That's what they got to fight. That's why they got the Star Wars program out there. Prepared to fight the angels. Mashiach, Yahushua. You see, they don't know. Read that again.
Verse 24. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion hath overthrown their judgment.
Evil comes in, man, overthrows the way they think. But see, understand this. Get Isaiah 45 and 7. So people don't know this about the Most High. That's why we gotta know him, not somebody you have made up in your mind. Somebody you have created your own God. I know my God. Yeah, you know him just the way he's just like you want him to be. Only. And that's not sound reasoning. Read that.
Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light, and I create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Most High, by Hashem, Mashiach, Yahushua, do all these things.
Right, so people don't know him like that. They don't know nothing about him. Only thing they think God is love. God is all love. He is love. But he loved to love you, and he loved to bring forth that evil too. Straight up. That's him. People don't know him though. Get Exodus 3:15. See, we got to establish who our power is. He's the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You got to look at that too, because when you say our power is the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you're going to see how that eliminates people. That he's not everybody's power. Understand that, right?
Exodus chapter 3 and verse 15.
15 to 3 first.
Exodus chapter 15, verse 3. The Most High is a man of war.
Most High is a what?
Is a man of war.
First of all, he's a man. He ain't gonna be no man and woman. Some people trying to say he's a man and a woman now. He is a man, but he's a man of war. Read.
The Most High is his name.
Most High is his name, man. Now, so this is what we talking about, the Most High. He's a man of war. Now, you're going to run to a Mashiach Yahushua and you tell me, oh, that's the old God in the Old Testament. Run to a Mashiach Yahushua. St. John 10:30. This is Mashiach Yahushua. What did he say? Because the Most High just said he's a man of war. So how you going to put him, his only begotten son, in another position that disagrees with his father, his dad? Not going to happen. Read that. St. John 10:30.
St. John chapter 10, verse 30. I and my Father are one.
See? So he's a man of war too. Get Revelation 19:11. Show you that he's a man of war without a shadow of doubt. Read that.
Revelation chapter 19, verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True.
This is a Mashiach Yahushua that know to say what the world called Jesus Christ, right?
And in righteousness he doeth judge and make war.
He's doing what?
Judge and make war.
So the Most High is a man of war, you know, and the Mashiach Yahushua is a man of war. He's coming back to judge and make war. Straight up. That's how the kingdom gonna be set up. Through him coming back and making war. Now, let's go to a prophecy of how he's gonna do. Get 2nd Ezra 13 in the pocket one. Let's see, because he said he's coming back to judge and make war. You gotta see it. But since he made a statement as such, you gotta see what he's getting ready to do when he comes back. This is what they're preparing for. But the end result is here. It's all here. It tells you what he's going to do. 2nd Ezra 13, start at verse 1.
2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 1. And it came to pass, after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night.
Right. Ezra's having a dream, right?
And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that the man waxed strong.
That, not the man.
Oh, man. And lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven.
Right, but that man is a Mashiach Yahushua. We just read to come back to judge and make war. He waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And that's the angels of heaven. That's how many he's coming back with? Revelation 9:16. Hold that. So you know how many angels he's coming back with. He waxed strong with the thousands of heaven.
That's right.
These are the angels. How many coming back with? Let's read about it.
Revelation chapter 9, verse 16.
Right.
And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000.
That's 200 million angels. Okay? That's what he's coming back with. But he don't really need them not to do what he's going to do, because he's going to take down the kingdom by himself.
God.
That's power. That's power, man. He's going to take down the superpower by himself. Whenever you look at the rest of the let's read about it. He's going to tell you anyway. Why everybody going to be subject. Everybody tripping about we got next, but he's going to tell you why. I mean, everybody going to bow down, man, one way or another. You know, they can bow down now, they're going to bow down later, but they're going to bow down when they see this. Read.
And I held that verse 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 3. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven.
That's right. A Mashiach Yahushua is that man that's going to wax strong with the 200 million angels. Read.
And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him.
Yeah, everything gonna tremble that's seen under him. Remember, he's coming from the fourth dimension. Everything that's under him, because remember, that's beyond space that we know. He's coming from there, and everything will be under him. See, I mean, he's coming like this. Everything else in their universe, the space station where they are prepared to fight him, is gonna be under him. They're gonna be trembling. Read.
Verse 4. and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice.
All they burned that heard his voice. When he speak, they're going to be getting burned up, read.
Like as the earth felleth when it felleth the fire.
Right, like the earth feels when it feels the fire. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men.
So now, once these men, and they see all these people getting burned up, see everybody getting burned up, then it's going to be gathered together a multitude of men. This prophecy. This is, I'm letting you know, through the Spirit of the Most High, what's getting ready to go down. It's going to be gathered together a multitude of men. Read.
Out of number.
Out of number. Go ahead.
From the four winds of the heaven.
From the four corners of the earth. Read.
To subdue the man that came out of the sea.
To subdue Hamashiach Yahushua. Read.
But I beheld, and lo, he had grabbed himself a great mountain.
He had gathered himself a great mountain. Read.
And flew up upon it.
And flew up upon this mountain, as it said here. Read.
But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven.
You see, he was looking for the place where the hill was graven, looking for it in his vision, right?
And I could not.
He could not see a mountain, a hill. He couldn't see that because it really wasn't, right?
And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid.
See, all the ones that was gathered together to subdue him, they're gonna be afraid. They're gonna be frightened. Right?
And yet durst fight.
Yet they just fight. Because they're going to give them the order, you got to fight. You know, just like you was telling about certain incidents that happened in the service that you know, that they say you got to fight. He had to do what he had to do. You know what I mean? Under orders. Go ahead. They're going to be afraid, but they got to fight anyway. Go ahead.
And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came.
Yeah, this the Army, the Navy, the Marines, and the Air Forces of all the different nations from the four corners of the earth. He saw the violence of the multitude of them that's coming to fight him, read.
He neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. Verse 10. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth.
Out of his mouth, read.
As it had been a blast of fire.
Blast of fire, read.
And out of his lips a flaming breath.
Out of his lips a flaming breath, read.
And out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
That's what's coming from him. Remember, he's a man of war. Coming to judge and make war. You're looking at it right now, read.
And they were all mixed together.
All of this going to be mixed together. What's going to be mixed together?
The blast of fire.
Blast of fire, read.
The flaming breath.
Flaming breath, read.
And the great tempest.
And the great tempest. That sounds like a lot of destruction to me. Go ahead.
And fell the violence upon the multitude which was
fell with violence.
Salakia. And fell with violence upon the multitude.
Right. Fell with violence upon the multitude, read.
Which was prepared to fight.
Was prepared to fight. This is the end result, read.
And burnt them up.
And what?
And burnt them up.
That's the Army, the Navy, the Marines, and the Air Force of all these nations from the four corners of the earth. What are you going to do to them?
Burn them up.
Burn them up, read.
Every one of them.
How many?
Every one of them.
No, some of them going to be left.
Every one.
Every one of them, read.
So that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude
of men that's coming to fight Mashiach Yahushua in these armed services, read.
Nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke.
Only dust and smell of smoke. That's it. Go ahead.
When I saw this, I was afraid.
So when you see this, it made him afraid. Straight up.
That's the end result.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 12. Afterward I saw the same man come down from the mountain and called unto him another peaceable multitude.
Right. out and called himself another peaceable multitude. Now, when you look at what he's saying here, he called unto him another peaceable multitude. This is the 9.5 tribes that were scattered among the nation. When you look at 2nd Ezra, go to 2nd Ezra 3 and 3:16.
Second Ezra, chapter 3, and verse 16. And unto him thou gavest Isaac, and unto Isaac also thou gavest Jacob and Esau.
Right, so talking about our forefather Abraham. He was given Isaac, and Isaac had Jacob and Esau. Read.
As for Jacob,
read.
Thou didst choose him to thee.
Right, so the Most High chose Jacob. That's our forefather, the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. Read.
And put by Esau.
And put Esau by to the side. Put Esau to the side. Go ahead. You know who Esau is, right? Okay, go ahead.
And so Jacob became a great multitude.
Jacob became what?
A great multitude.
So Jacob became a great multitude. How he become a great multitude? We read Genesis 35 and 10. How did Jacob become a great multitude? Because the Most High told him this when he wrestled with an angel. And he held on to the angel and said, hey, give me a blessing, man. And he told him this. His name was Jacob. So listen what the
Genesis chapter 35, verse 10.
And this is the Most High speaking through an angel or a spirit. Angel called spirit or angel. Read.
And the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua said unto him, Thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel.
He called his name Israel. His name was changed from Jacob to Israel right here. Read.
And the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua said unto him, I am the Most High, Power Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee.
See? He told him, said a nation, which is the 12 tribes of Israel, we're a nation, and a company of nations will be of him. You see? Because we represent 12 nations that make up one nation. You know? With 12 different nations that make up one nation. That's why I say a company of nations shall be of thee. Go ahead.
And kings shall come out of thy loins.
That's right. Kings will come out of his loins. That's why he is